How's it going, everybody? My name is Splattercat, and today on our Splattercat's Indie Short, we're going to be taking a look at PirateHell, a game that cropped up on Desura that I picked up and have been having a ton of fun with. If I were to describe it, it's a bit like Diablo 2 with pirate ships. So if that sounds amazing to you, then let's jump straight in, we'll check the game out, and we'll talk about everything that it has to offer. So we'll go to New Game here, and I'm actually going to do a playthrough, I guess. I'll play through the first chapter, and that'll allow you to see kind of what the game's got going, and then we won't deal with everything else, and then I'll talk about why you should want this game. There is a little bit of a story here, and basically it says that he used to hang out with a bunch of people on a pirate ship, and they betrayed him, and they left him on an island, they marooned him, and then he got old and he got angry, and so he wants to get revenge. And then you start the game out, and here we are, and there's going to be three main things that you should look at when you're at your own little personal island. So you've got the ship menu, which you can go to, and it depends on how much money you have. Over here you can see your gold, but how much money you have determines what upgrades you can get. Sails, which are for your turning, armor, which allows you to take more damage, and damage, which allows you to upgrade your guns. The town menu here allows you to build certain buildings on your island. Some of them will upgrade your ship and make it cooler. Some of them will earn you money. Others will motivate your crew better. Some of them will make you reload a little quicker. And others will just unlock new rage attacks, which are kind of your limit breaks. Your ship has limit breaks, and they're pretty cool. They're awesome to behold, and they're a lot of fun to pop off. Over here we have the mission menu, and so we're going to start off with Chapter 1. You can click anywhere on here. If you've already done the mission, they will be unlocked, but for some reason mine's not saving when I do missions, so we are going to have to start from the beginning. So here we go. Arr! And so this is the ship, and it's gonna be, I love this jaunty, merry tune. It just makes me want to like jig in my chair. Just my butt cheeks doing a merry jig while I fly around in my pirate ship. Anyways, this is the tutorial. You control with the WASD, and so as you can see here, you move very quickly. It's kind of like old, well, I'm not going to say Grand Theft Auto games, but it's very intuitive. Everything works well. You take the mouse, and the side that you're aiming to is where you'll fire. You'll see a little green bar down at the bottom right here. That's your guns recharging, and it shoots right where you're aiming. So if you're trying to hit somebody, you want to put the clicker right on them. And so there we are. They're inspiring me with this happy, happy music, although there's a lot of death going on for the kind of music that's flying around. At the bottom here, this is your limit break or your rage attack. And over here on the right, in this little Diablo-esque little kind of container, is your red health bubble. And let's see, what do they want? Oh, they want us to collect another 20 gold doubloons. You can see here that you have to go over the top of the gold to gain it in the short term, but if you complete the level without picking it up, it'll actually pick it up for you at the end and just add it to your gold pile, which is the bottom center. One thing that I do not like is that your ship just stops on a dime when you stop. I don't like that at all. I wish the ship had a little bit of glide, because you are kind of, not really, you're sort of on an equal potential surface, so I would like to see the ship have at least a little bit of glide when you stop. Now the game does do away with common things, such as the wind and just little kind of force multipliers and force reductors like that. So if you've ever played Sid Meier's Pirates, it gets rid of that entire mechanic where you have to worry about which way the wind is facing and so forth, and it does make the game pretty fun. The AI works. I mean, they aren't too smart. It's pretty easy to maneuver around them, and you seem to be able to aim a little bit better. And blimey, ye be a scurvy pirate. Now you be flying the Jolly Roger and sailing the seven seas. That's my pirate voice. I like to talk like that just randomly. Sometimes people look at you weird at the Walmart, though, when you talk like a pirate. They take pictures of you, they post them on the internet, and he says, not to trouble ourselves, our pirates will be collecting all the gold left on the sea after we win. Hooray! And so we're going to continue and do the next mission. Let's see.
Oi, let's see if this might be more than just ink on paper.
Hooray! Oh, and we're following, okay, so the point of this mission is that we follow these little grid lines, these little chartographical lines, or these cartographical lines, and they will take us to treasure at the end of the mission. These ones tend to be pretty lucrative, so let's follow it and see what we find. And there we are, and it's going to want us to go a little bit further south. We don't really need to fight in this mission. The only reason to do so is to make a little bit more gold. And they're going to force me back. I could have gone around the horn, but I'm looking for conflict. I'm out for blood. And so we're going to fire a few rounds straight into these little buggers here. A broadside, we would call it in piratical terms. No, my aiming skills are not so good. There we go. And we'll circle back, and we're not going to play Star Fox with these guys all day. We will get the hell out of here, and let's go find some treasure, because that's what pirates do best. Well, maybe whoring and drinking we do a little better. But we're going to keep on flying. And go away. No, leave me alone, enemy. Well, I can only assume that since I'm a pirate and their flags aren't marked that they are not pirates. But maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe they're the authorities and I'm just murdering and pillaging across the sea here. Before I go into that little cove, it's kind of a dead zone. So before I go in there, I do want to have my rage attack ready to go. And it's blinking now. You can see. Oh, no. Did I hit the wrong key? Oh, I thought I hit the wrong key for a second and fired it off. But I didn't. And there's our treasure. So you can see we've got tons of gold now. And
Shiver me timbers, we be angering someone.
And so there's the rage attack right there. That's the one you start with. It one-shots and insta-gives everything up in your face. It's changed our objective now. We have to kill 12 guys, and we've killed 4 out of the 12, so let's get it done. Let's take care of these buggers here. If your health gets a little low, you don't need to worry about it. I did want to bring that up. If your health gets low, don't worry. It does regenerate on its own, and you seem to be able to outmaneuver and, you know, just outrun most of the enemy ships. I don't know if that changes in further missions. I've done Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and thus far, nothing has been incredibly challenging. At least they don't seem to have the same capabilities that I do. But who knows, maybe in the future they are. These ones are a little tougher. You can see they're taking a lot more shots from my broadsides before they go down. But they do drop a little more gold too, which is pretty sweet because as pirates, we love gold. We consider ourselves to be somewhat the numismatists. So there we go, we'll take these buggers out. And as soon as they are down, we will continue forward.
Blimey, that was close.
And so let's go to the harbor and we'll check out some of the things that we can build with our ill-gotten gains. So to the harbor. And we will go to the ship menu and let's upgrade our ship a little bit. So we're going to give ourselves a tad more armor and a bit more damage. There we go. We'll take 2 ticks of damage and then we'll go to town. Let's see if we can build anything here. Takes 800 to build ourselves a small harbor, which gives us a bigger ship. Takes 400 gold to get a tavern, which makes us loot a little better. That actually is probably a good upgrade to take in the early game. We've got the barracks. We can't afford that either, but it lets us reload a little quicker. And we've got the brothel, where you can get your timber shivered if you really need to. And that actually just earns money, so there's a little bit of pirate pimping going on right here, where while you're away on a mission, the brothel will earn you money. But we don't have enough money for any of this stuff, so let's jump back into a mission. We'll go to Chapter 1 here. And on to mission number 3, something different. Arr! I love the way the commencement button, the mission go button, it just says R. And this one says, Trader, the job is easy. Make sure my ships make it through in one piece and you'll be rewarded. Let's do it. So you can see here they've got 50 out of 50. That is their health. That's how many bullets they can take before they go down. And the nice thing about these missions is that the other ships don't really seem to pay attention to you so long as these ships are around. We're not going to focus on grabbing the gold because we are going to get it at the end of the mission anyways. So, you know, it'll be there, it'll sit there, it'll wait on us, but our ships are taking a wee bit of damage, so we want to make sure that we don't let them go down to Davy Jones' locker. We want our hearts to be colder than a brass monkey's balls when we take these guys out, so. And that saying is not nearly as filthy as it sounds. I love to use it and then explain what it means. Maybe I'll do it later in this Let's Play, but for now, we've got ships to protect, guys. We have ships to protect, so let's get on our A game or our P game for pirate. Although pirates, well, I guess, well, maybe. Do pirates protect other ships? I don't know if we do that. Maybe we're more of a freelancer. We're kind of a privateer. That's okay, though. The privateer is pretty cool. And maybe, I love piratey games. I've never explained my inherent love of piratey stuff. And I feel like I should have brought that up in the past. I am just like a kid on Christmas whenever there's a pirate movie or a pirate game. I don't know if you guys ever saw the game Age of Pirates, but it was a pretty terrible game, but I played the hell out of it anyways because it was a sandbox pirate game where you could run around and do whatever the hell you wanted, which is always what I wish they had. Sid Meier, think Sid Meier's Pirates, but way more complicated. Just a lot more stuff going on. And so let's get rid of these, and we're almost there. We are almost there. We haven't lost any ships. We are doing very well, actually. The last time I played this through, I lost some ships. That one in the middle has got 20 health. He's not doing so well, but they do regenerate, which takes the edge off a tad, so hopefully they regenerate faster than these little buggers can injure them. And we'll go back and scoop up that gold in just a moment. Oh, they're everywhere! We'll use our rage attack. We'll break out with our cross slash, or, you know, our ultimate weapon. And well done, here's your 300 doubloons and victory. So we're going to continue on to the next mission. I don't really see any reason to do any upgrades, so Oh, it's raining now. The Knight's vassals, they'll do for now. So I guess we're chasing a guy named the Knight. I probably would have known that if I had actually read the storyline, but reading. Pirates don't read. Unless it's a treasure map, and then that's only that's the most simplistic form of reading. And there we go, and it looks like this is just a kill as many people as possible mission, which happens to be my favorite type of mission. I don't like to cluster everything up with weird, like, flip switches and solve puzzles. No. Shoot, 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 loot, loot, loot. That's just the way that Splattercat likes it, and that's just the way we're going to keep it. And even though I don't need to pick up these coins, I find myself doing it over and over and over again because it's entertaining, and I like the clinky noise that they make. Now, you can only fire a broadside to one side at a time, so don't overshoot yourself. And, you know, it's easy to end up in this game. You reload pretty quickly, but it's easy to end up in a situation where you don't have a broadside right when you want it. And I needed to lead that guy a little bit. My shooting skills are just simply not up to par. As a pirate, I say I would rank somewhere around just scurvy bilge rat. So let's kill... Oh no, they're spawning all around me. I kind of wish they would spawn at the edge of the map. That does break immersion a tad, but I'm just having so much fun with this right now that it's hard to complain. I am in piratey bliss at the moment. So if you wanted to check this game out, it is on Desura. It's on Desura for $5, which is a really good price. Hopefully we don't get killed. Before I know I'm changing subjects back and forth, but hopefully we don't get ourselves knocked off in the course of this playthrough. Or this Splattercat's indie short, this first look. Oh, victory! And I guess they don't waste time with words here. They just tell us we won, so let's see what we got. Let's go back to the harbor before, because we got a boss mission up next. So let's see what kind of upgrades we can do. And I've been itching. I have just been itching to build... Let's see, how much gold do we have? Not enough, unfortunate. Well, I guess we can do... Let's unlock a new rage attack. And it says select it from the ship menu. Okay, so let's go back here. Oh, there it is. So it says we can pick an attack right here. So it's 3 waves of shots firing in a star-like formation. And how do we pick which one we want? Do we click it? How do I make this happen? Let me have a cooler ability. How does this occur? Maybe it's not unlocked yet? I don't know. I wish that I had a cool... Oh, we can get more cannons too? How do we get more cannons? Oh man, I should have saved up for something else. Oh well. It's not... I don't know. Maybe the button doesn't work or something. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a bug. Maybe I am just misinformed. Don't take my word for it. Get the game and try it out yourself. And let's go to our final piratical mission, which is going to be medieval affairs.
We be stealing his treasure.
Thwarting his attacks and vanquishing his vassals. There be only one thing left. Kill the knight. All right. Let's do it. Let's kill the knight, and then we'll call this thing to a close. You stole my gold and killed my men. I demand satisfaction for this effrontery. On guard. We aren't much, sir, here in the piratical community for large celebratory masturbation, so let's take care of business and see if we can kill this guy off. And it seems like he has a decent amount of health, so hopefully we can solve our business here. And we don't have enough left. It looks like we're just running circles around him, so we should be okay, because in all of these situations, anytime you play a piratical, a swashbuckling game, if you've got the faster ship, you're usually in pretty good shape. We'll kill off some of his vassals, and big attack here, big finish. See if we can get a little bit, well, that didn't work out so great. I mean, we did a little bit of damage. I wish we had done more, but we did the best we could with what we had. Our health is still reasonably decent, and we're just going to maneuver the best way possible, because he's got a lot more guns than us. Look at that ship. That ship is way cooler than ours. Our ship is like a Mazda right now. We have like a Mazda Miata, and he's just like hanging out over here in like an Audi R8. We got to get ourselves upgraded. Do we have enough for another rage attack just yet? Oh no, he's going to pin us, and it's really, really going to hurt. There we go. We'll pin him. He thought he had the jump on us, and that did great. Look at his health now. His health is not doing so well. He is leaky. His ship is being reduced from a super awesome R8 to just a leaky kind of, oh, I don't know, like a Lincoln Navigator or something. I don't know. Something not quite as cool as an R8. There you go. And so, oh no, he got a new attack. So now he's got like mortars or something of that nature. Some kind of large caliber thing that he's firing at us. And we dodge that burst and die, you big bat. Ooh, he dropped diamonds, which are not only a girl's best friend, but a pirate's best friend too. And so there it is. That was the first chapter. We netted about 300 gold on that go, so we're going to go back to the harbor, and this is where I'm going to call this to a close. So let's talk about what is great and what is not so great about the game. To do that, we're going to go category by category, as always. So let's talk about the graphics. The graphics are functional, but I feel like there's a little more space for polish. Things like anti-aliasing and anisotropic filtering, things like that could make the game look a little prettier, but as it is, the game looks perfectly fine for what it's trying to do. I feel like sound, as the second category, is a very strong point for this game. The music is fantastic and actually outshines the rest of the game, which is a little weird because honestly, usually sound is what people focus on last. They kind of just throw it together. The soundtrack is incredible, and I always just found myself bouncing back and forth in my seat to the super awesome sailing tunes. The explosions of the cannons and all the sound effects there are perfectly functional. Nothing really special to hear, but they do work in their place. From a gameplay standpoint, the game does have its rough edges. As you saw, sometimes you click buttons and you're trying to figure it out. That may have just been me not knowing what the hell I was supposed to be doing, but I have had issues with it not going into full screen mode. I've had issues with certain title screens not showing up and just feeling a little strange. The UI does leave a tad to be desired in the pre-game, but in-game the UI works as intended and works perfectly fine. At $5, the game can probably be completed in about 3 to 4 hours, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, give or take. So the game is short, but I figure I spent about $13 going to the theater to see a movie for about 2 hours worth of entertainment, so $5 for 3 or 4 hours of entertainment is not bad. So if you're into piratey stuff, if you enjoyed Sid Meier's Pirates, and you're looking for something a little less complicated, but with a lot more blasting and explosions, there are enough upgrades and things to keep you interested. Just bear in mind that it is a short game. Those things taken into account, I will give the game a recommendation and say that I personally had fun with it. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 with the rough edges taking those 3 points and the fact that the game's a tad short and there's not a whole lot of storyline to be offered eating up the rest. That being said, I hope you'll check it out. It's available for purchase on Desura. It also has a demo. And my name is Splattercat. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Take care out there, everybody.